So it's me, your boy K Samson. Listen, you need to wait to the end of this video. Guess what? They thought that they will be okay, not knowing that life without Christ is crisis. You know, the issue is this: life without Christ is automatically what? Crisis. Life without our master is already a doomed life. So many people life right now are in crisis. Why? Because you are no longer around them. You are the light that God have automatically sent. You are the Christ that God have automatically released. You are the angel that God have already released into their life, but they messed it up by thinking that using you will be the best solution that they will do, that they will get. Using you will be their next promotion, or will be a midst in which they will progress. But now, right now, they are regretting. Why? Because they have come to figure out that you are Christ in them, and a life without Christ is automatically what? Crisis. You know what I'm saying? So many people life right now are in crisis. Why? Because you are no longer around them. Why? Because you are the light that giveth them what? Breathe. You are the reason why they were doing well. You are the reason why they were progressing. You are the reason why things were working out for them. But since you are gone, life have automatically become a history, a debate to them. Why? Because a life without a choosing as a Christ is what is crisis. You won't understand until you wait to the end of this video. So many people life today are a mystery, because whom they ought to keep to protect their life, whom they ought to keep to protect everything about them, they end up having that mindset to use them. So many people life are in crisis. Why? Because life without Christ, as I have been saying, is what is crisis. Many of them have been saying, and I say, we need you back. Things are not working the way it used to work. When it was working well, they didn't realize that you are the reason. Now that things are rough around them, they are now recurring, remembering everything that used to happen. Now they want you back. Imagine, after messing up with you, taking advantage of you, treating you the way they feel like, talking to you the way they feel like. Now they are not coming to their senses, thinking that they need you, they want you. Why? Because they have come to realize your value. Why? Because they have come to realize your potential, your identity. So it's too late to cry when the bell is automatically ringing. So many people's life are in doom today because they messed up with you. Because they messed up with you. Many people are regretting severely because they have come to understand that you are the one that they ought to do what? To keep. You are the one that they ought to protect. You are the one that they ought to do what? To be around with. But all their thought is that let them use you. We will use you, nothing will happen. We will take advantage of you, nothing will happen. No one will say any word, no one will talk. Let's do what we feel like doing. You know what I'm saying? So many people are in misery because of you. Many people are frustrated because of you. Many people are in pain today because of you. Many people are suffering because of you. Why? All the evil that they plotted to use to destroy you end up frustrating them. All the whole evil deed that they set to destroy you end up destroying everything about them. Because life without Christ is crisis. Life without Jesus is automatically crisis. Believe me, a life without Christ is automatically, there's every guarantee that is made for for crisis. Many people's life today are unnormal. Many people's life today are in mystery because they decide to mess up with someone whom they ought not to mess up with. They decide to treat someone whom they ought not to treat. So many people are suffering severely because of what of you. Many people are regretting heavily because of what of you. Why? Because everything that they do to destroy you end up destroying them. The moment they decide to do what? To start to use you. The moment they start to mess up with you. The moment they start to take advantage of you. Everything turned against them. Because life without Christ is crisis. You are the angel that God have released into their life. You are the angel that God sent into their soul, into their marriage, into their career, everywhere to protect them, to be around them. But they end up having that thought, that mindset that using you is the best thing that they can do or that can ever get. Using you, taking advantage of you, going some places to make sure they see you cry, going visiting some altars to make sure they see you fail, visiting some certain angles or some certain strategies of life to make sure life becomes difficult for you, but they end up frustrating themselves. They end up destroying everything that they have automatically worked for. You know what I'm saying? Remember, blessed.